I'm Prafnil from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Gudla and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in Nasilai Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, new Defence Minister says there will be a review of the national security landscape. Talks begin to resolve trade impasse with Papua New Guinea. And major Bollywood production pulled from Fiji cinemas due to piracy. Changes are expected to Fiji's national security landscape. This was revealed by Ratu Inoke Kumbombola in his first parliament address as Defence Minister today.
Changes are a welcome opportunity for new beginnings. Ratu Inoke acknowledges the challenges that lay ahead as he takes up one of the most important portfolios in government, already planning reforms to further strengthen security.
My ministry is up for the challenge of implementing the necessary reforms to make it relevant in the 21st century by evaluating its role against the present security landscape nationally, regionally and internationally.
Reforms include a review of the Fiji police force as well as the Fiji military to find ways that would enhance their service delivery.
Madam Speaker, the Fiji police is being challenged with the task of tackling new and multifaceted crimes that transcend national borders and invade the privacy spheres through social media.
Ratu Inoke has extended an invitation to religious and faith-based organizations, community leaders, as well as businesses and NGOs to work with his ministry to build a safe, secure and prosperous Fiji. Through police and the RFMF, the ministry will approach schools to engage students in discussions around Fiji's security sector reforms. The minister is also encouraging more support towards the RFMF's cadet program, which he says instills responsible citizenry, discipline and leadership. Roland Koroi, FBC News.
Opposition leader Rote Mumukepa says there is no evidence Adelpa MPs were involved in sexual misconduct during a recent workshop. She was responding to reports in the Fiji Sun that two opposition members of parliament allegedly had physical relations with an employee of the parliament secretariat during a workshop in Singatoka.
At the moment it's all innuendos, and the media has highlighted something for which there is no evidence. And so I really can't comment on the fact that there is no evidence on something that is in the media. There's no evidence, so how can you work on something that has no evidence?
Opposition member Viliame Ngavoka claimed today that NFP leader Biman Prasad wasn't at the opening of Parliament because he was in police custody. This statement led to outcries from both sides of the House.
Madam, we need a better Fiji for our people. No one should be incarcerated.
He of course lied. He lied. He said that he was in jail. He was not in jail on that day, so he lied. What's wrong about that?
Bainimarama later withdrew his comment about Ngavoka lying. Biman Prasad was not in police custody on the first day of Parliament. Meanwhile, Ngavoka has suggested the environmental levy be distributed to the Ithauke for investment into provincially owned companies. He claimed in Parliament that Ithauke people are being prevented from doing business and need assistance. Ngavoka pointed out New Zealand has similar laws in favour of its indigenous people.
Today, tourism makes billions of dollars, and we have a levy called the environmental levy. We converted, instead of an environmental levy, make it a Ngolingoli tax, give it to the foreign provinces, and let them inject it into their companies.
please wait till tomorrow morning for my response.
The trade impasse between Fiji and Papua New Guinea remains under discussion in Port Moresby. Trade Minister Faiaz Koya says the Fijian delegation will this week hold talks and carry out site inspections. Maggie Boyle reports.
A high-level meeting to settle an old score. The trade impasse reportedly dates back to 2004, when Fiji restricted the import of ox and palm corned beef, chukai rice and PNG biscuits. Koya says the talks in Port Moresby, which began yesterday, are going well.
There's no problem. It's just the process that needs to be carried out.
It's a sentiment shared by his PNG counterpart, Richard Maru.
We are determined to have more of your trade missions here, and we would like to come to the Bula country too, and bring our goods and our products over to Fiji.
Last month, Maru threatened to ban Fijian exports and filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization if Fiji didn't revise the restrictions. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
One person is under arrest in connection with the violent carjacking in Kashmir, Lautoka last week. 8 youths were caught on security cameras getting into a four-wheel drive parked outside a shop. They assaulted the driver and pulled the other occupants out onto the street, including a woman and 2 children. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro has confirmed to FBC News while one arrest has been made, the investigating team continues to chase up information to identify and capture the other assailants involved. Police continue to appeal for information from anyone who might be able to help their investigation. Still to come on FBC News, tourism earnings hit a record $1.6 billion in 2015. A new fisheries minister focuses on sustainable management. Stay with us.
Tau vinakaveo na va ma Bula FM. Niron tau vinkarabio ben hilo po viro rozo. Na Bula FM number 2 na share.
Iyo Bula vina tangu epeli untuk taliten na porong Bula FM na bu.
Number 2 tinangan Bula FM na usur. Bula FM number 2 na share.
Bula sia buni va ulambasa na da ko Vila Merikibi Bula FM number 2 na share. Talita itungai lambas.
Bula FM number 2 na share.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A major Bollywood production has been pulled from screening in Fiji because of piracy. Foreign Film New Zealand director Pritesh Raniga says piracy is the key reason for the movie Pink to not be shown locally. Savaratamboa has more.
We disappointed ourselves, I mean, we've been negotiating hard and not with the distributors for, I think, over the last 3 weeks,
Quote, the distributors did not feel that it will be able to recover the cost of production of producing the copy that is supplied to Fiji. Every distributor expects his movie to do well. It also links to piracy, and this type of movie hasn't done well historically at the Fijian box office. Unquote.
Nevertheless, we've never give up. We always keep on trying to get those movies. Fiji was a small market, but they would even consider it if they had some copyright protection over it.
The model reveals this isn't the first time that a movie has been pulled from Fiji due to piracy, and it's likely to happen again if the issues isn't settled once and for all. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Fiji's roads are not lasting as long as the Roads Authority wants them to, and contractors have copped flack recently for the deterioration of newly constructed roads. Pranita Prakash tells us there are various factors involved.
Ideally, new roads are supposed to last up to 25 years. This, according to the FRA, is not happening, with roads needing repairs in less than 5 years.
The main reason is overloading. So not only is overloading having a serious detrimental impact on our bridges, it is having a serious detrimental impact on our roads.
Also making the list of reasons for the fast deterioration of roads is the lack of certain ingredients needed for good quality roads.
In the case of the highest standard material, there's only 2 quarries in Central. One of those quarries here in the Central exports all of its material. So you're limited to 1 quarry. That material is also in very high demand for all of the construction projects.
It's potholes like these which continues to frustrate motorists. This stretch of road was constructed not so long ago.
Road condition in Suva, especially in Rewanga over here, is very bad.
Everywhere the thing, potholes, everything. And it's not good for the cars, you know.
I accept people's frustrations, and it is a challenge for us. And yes, Fulton Hogan need to lift their game. Higgins needs to lift their game.
It goes without saying, though, that road conditions in many places have improved compared to 20 years ago. But with high standards come high expectations, which the FRA is optimistic of meeting. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Ministry of Fisheries is confident it will continue to grow the economy in a sustainable manner through policies adopted by the government. Fisheries Minister Semi Koroi-Lavisao made the statement in Parliament today. Ali Kimbia reports.
To the fisheries sector.
Just 2 weeks into his new role as Fisheries Minister, and already he is calling the shots.
The Ministry intends to work closely with the Ministry of Education in educating our young children based on the Reach to Reef concept. We want our young children to be champions of this initiative.
With the Fisheries Ministry now operating as a department on its own, development is its main focus. Koroi-Lavisao says developing the fisheries sector in the rural and maritime areas will further enhance productivity.
Through the allocated financial resources it receives from government, continue to explore the establishment of new fishery stations and ice plants in the rural maritime areas to ensure economic gain flows down to our rural maritime communities through the marketing of their fisheries commodities.
The ministry will also review various fisheries acts to lift Fiji's fisheries industry to international standards. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
World Tourism Day was celebrated in Fiji after a lapse of 4 years. The celebration aims to raise awareness on the role of tourism within the local community and to demonstrate how it affects social, cultural, political and economic values. Ana Ravulo has more.
While opening the inaugural World Tourism Day at Sakuna Park in Suva today, Minister for Tourism Fayaz Koya highlighted that Fiji earned $1.6 billion in tourism last year, an increase of $200 million from 2014. Analysis of the tourism industry shows a growth of 11%.
And the earnings for Q1 2016 is $340.9 million, which is a 9.7% increase compared to 2015.
Koya says these record earnings are the result of the industry's hard work.
Such encouraging and impressive results depict the hard work and endless effort put in by those in the industry.
Naturally, Fiji had a display at the celebrations today, and although it's only been around for 2 years, the business is doing well.
We have managed to capture quite a number of markets like hotels, where a lot number of hotels in Fiji are using our product as their room amenities, and also like we're retailing our products in tapus, jacks, and some of the boutiques around Fiji, and we have managed to target some international markets too.
Koya is confident the tourism industry will continue to excel not only as Fiji's best industry, but also cut across the region as a front-runner when it comes to premium holiday destinations. Ana Ravulo, FBC News.
Sudelpa MP Ratu Isoatikoda's lawyer Kitione Vuotaki filed a motion today seeking 2 orders ahead of the trial scheduled for November 14th to the 25th. The first order was for the prosecution to further detail the particulars of the charge, and the second, a request to use projectors and other equipment during the hearing. FICAC State Counsel Laite Mbukini Ratu requested time to file a formal response. It's alleged Tikoda, after being nominated by the Social Democratic Liberal Party as a candidate for the 2014 elections, failed to declare any liabilities, as well as the amount he had incurred to the government of Fiji during his tenure as Fiji's High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea. The case will be recalled on the 11th of next month. Now to sports. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Naka Jackie, and good evening. Coming up tonight, Fiji Sevens extended squad go through first fitness test for the season, and Fiji Mbati named strong team for Samoa tour. This and more after the break.
मैं जुगेन नंबिलो तालिब से रेडियो फीजी 2 24 घंटे मेरे साथ रहता है।
हम मंगेरी ताउका के ललित से हमारे दिल में और दिमाग में खाली रेडियो फीजी 2 है और सभी भाइयों से आग्रह करते हैं कि रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनना चाहिए।
मेरा नाम अभिनेश है, मैं निंदी का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं सभी समय रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता हूँ क्योंकि उसमें आईना प्रोग्राम रहता है।
हाय, मैं उमेश नसासा नाबुआ से। मैं जब
Gold medal winning captain Jose Kalini Sao attended the fitness and screening test for the Fiji Sevens extended squad in Suva today. Today's session was for players from the Eastern Division, while another round of testing will be conducted in the West tomorrow. We're hit there with the story.
The formalities before the road towards the first tournament on the World Series begin.
It's just a baseline on where everybody's at. I think the trainer and the manager just want to have a look where everybody is at before they know what to work on before we get rolling towards the start of the series.
Other seasoned campaigners who took part in today's session included Kitsione Talinga, Emuse Mulevoro and Joshua Vidi. Manager Ropate Kovesi and trainer Nathanieli Dhawanimbuka conducted the test.
Some of the boys look a bit on the heavier side, which is expected. No qualms about it. At the end of the day, this is what the screening testing intentions are for before we head into camp next week.
Notable absence was Nipi Jerry Tuai. Meanwhile, applications for the coach's position closes this Friday. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Good news for rugby fans. You'll get to watch autumn international matches live right here on free-to-air channel Fbctv. Fiji Broadcasting Corporation Chief Executive Riaz Said Kayum has announced that a number of games, including the Flying Fijians match,
especially rugby union in sevens, this is we call it the super glue of Fiji. It brings the whole country together, and that is the reason why FBC has not backed off from supporting something like this, and we've tried extremely hard and negotiated even harder to get these games for the viewing public free of charge for the next 3 years.
Fbctv will be showing 10 live matches in November. After 3 years of bringing you the English Premier League free to air, Fbctv regrets to inform viewers that it will not be airing any matches this season.
We've been informed that EPL matches this season so far will only be available on a pay platform in Fiji. FBC apologizes for any inconvenience caused to our loyal viewers. So for the first time in more than 3 years, EPL will not be available on free-to-air television, and it's regrettable because it's human nature. You make something available to people, and then you take it away. They're not very happy about it.
The Bougainville Tanoa, the most coveted rugby trophy of the RFMF, today sits in the Sukanaivalu Barracks in Lambasa. The Bainivualiku team from the north returned home with the Tanoa from Suva after defeating the Logistics Support Unit team last week. Elena Turangaviu has more.
A celebration infantry style. To welcome to the Sukanaivalu Barracks in Lambasa, the most coveted rugby trophy within the RFMF. Since the Bougainville Challenge started in 1994, this is the first time the Tanoa is in Vonolevu.
We've gone across to Vitilevu all those years. Sometimes we've been told not to come across because we're just wasting a lot of money. But this year we decided to put up a good team for the challenge, and we've come out victors.
The winning team by Nivualiku beat LSU 18-7 at the Queen Elizabeth Barracks in Namboa last Wednesday to claim the Tanoa. They marched with the trophy from the main gate at Sukanaivalu Barracks to the hall, where it was handed over to the officer command Major Penisio Mamau.
In fact, I retired, and I don't know what the RFMF will decide for me next year. So I consider this as a send-off for me.
The Bougainville Challenge is an inter-unit rugby competition within the RFMF.
The Bougainville Challenge is played within the units to choose or to select the team for our schooner challenge with the police.
After a small church service, the Tanoa was then traditionally handed over to the OC, and this evening the trophy lies at the Sukanaivalu barracks, where it will remain until the next challenge next year. A major celebration is planned for Friday. Eleanor Turangeview, FBC News.
Two locals have forced their way into the Vodafone Fiji Mbati's 18-member team bound to face Samoa next month. Nambour Broncos Pio Sethi and Simoni Lomoloma from the Sambetu Roosters have made the cut. Mbati coach Michael Potter has also named 12 players from the Australia's NRL and 4 players in the New South Wales Cup.
My expectations is we go into every match to win the game. So if we win the game, that's fantastic. That's ultimately what we go into every single match trying to win.
Meanwhile, the Fiji residents are currently playing the NRL-affiliated states at ANZ Stadium. We now join our sports reporter Rohit Deo for the latest. Rohit.
Good evening, Jamie, and welcome to the ANZ Stadium here in Suva. And as mentioned, the match between the NRL-affiliated states and the Vodafone Fiji residents is underway midway into the second half. And the Fiji residents are leading by 18 points to 14. Another 20 minutes to go in the match. And again, the crowd, close to 300 people, have gathered here. But believe me, they have been treated to some entertaining, fast-paced rugby league. Now going back to the Vodafone Fiji Mbati team naming earlier today, and to speak more on that, I have with me the FNRL CEO, Mr. Timothy Nalemba. Mr. Nalemba, thank you for your time speaking to us. Now, only 2 local players have been named in the Fiji Mbati squad. I guess that's once again indication of how hard it is for local players to make the Fiji Mbati squad.
Yes, well, we have the NRL players playing for the Fiji Mbati this year. Selection into the team has been very tough for our local boys. We have standards to meet. With the competition, compared with our local boys, we don't have that competition here, but we are building towards that. And that is why we are having more games here in Fiji and inviting more teams to come and play against the residents' boys. This is very important to us. So if we want to have more local boys in our Fiji Mbati team, we need to have more exposure as well. So these are the games that will give our local boys the exposure they need.
We're playing Samoa next week, and they're celebrating their Independence Day and 30 years of rugby league in Samoa. I guess the aim now for Fiji Mbati is to go and spoil their party.
Well, it's going to be a good game against the Toa Samoa. I'm sure that they won't want to have any other result but to win that particular match. And for the Fijians, we are going there not to sightseeing, but to come out with a win. As Mick Potter has said today, we are going there for a win because we are building that game as well for our World Cup campaign. And we need a lot of support back here in Fiji, back here at home. So we will need this win. We will definitely need it, and there's no way around it but to win this particular match.
Well, there you go, something for rugby league fans here in Fiji to look forward to. And that match is next Saturday at Apia Park in Samoa. Jamie.
Thanks for that, Rohit. Now, golfers at the Fiji International will have something special to drink once the tournament tees off next Wednesday. Paradise Beverages Fiji Limited and its newest brand, Fiji Rum, launched the special Fiji International-inspired cocktail called the Paradise Eagle to be served during the 5-day event.
Now on a 9-day countdown.
The Fiji International Golf Tournament runs from next Thursday through to Sunday at the Nathandola Bay Championship Golf Course in Singatoka. That's it from Sports Tonight. Good evening.
China is looking forward to extending its cooperation with Fiji's agriculture sector. A delegation from the Agriculture Ministry in China met with representatives of the Fijian Agriculture Ministry yesterday in their 4th Joint Committee meeting to share views and possible ways forward to promote agriculture production. Agriculture Minister Inieseru Ratu says he is optimistic of the benefits of such meetings. It was a sunny, warm day across Fiji. Lambasa was the warmest at 34 degrees, while Suva trailed at 33. The rest of the centres were in the cooler upper 20s. For tomorrow, another sunny, warm day like today. And further outlook, we're looking ahead to Thursday. The good weather is expected to continue at sea. Westerly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight, new Defence Minister Ratu Inoke Kumbombola says there will be a review of the security landscape. One arrest in violent carjacking in Lautoka, and talks begin to resolve trade impasse with Papua New Guinea. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. This week's poll question we are asking: should Fiji Soccer hire another overseas coach? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Recreative Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Tilipa from Tavor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.